Good morning, everyone. So today I want to share with you something very interesting in this video, which is how sometimes when you repeat courses, you learn different things from the same course, or when you repeat observing some clinicians, you learn things differently, although you watch the same procedure over and over. Even for someone with experience, it's okay to go and repeat a course you did before. So I'll share some interesting examples with you in this video, but first, for credibility, my name is Khaled. I have been a dentist for 20 years. I own my own dental practice, Lakeside Dental Spa in Hervey Bay in Queensland, and you can check my details below. And I took my practice from 1 chair to 10 chairs over the course of 14 years. And when we started, we were a team of 3 staff members, and now we're close to 40 staff members. So let me share some examples with you. Example 1 is a communication course called Prime Speak. Prime Speak is a communication course that helps dentists to communicate with their patients. And I did this course, now I'm 20 years in dentistry. Probably last time I did it was maybe 7 or 8 years ago. So in my first 12 or years of practicing, I did it 7 times over course of years. I did the same course 7 times. The reason I did it 7 times, because I don't think because I'm that dumb, but maybe I am. No, because every time I did the course, I'll be honest, I learned something different. The first time I did the course was very overwhelming. It's a lot of communication tools, and I had to go and apply it, and I stuffed everything up because I'm trying to apply all those tools at once. Then I'd start to slow down and try to apply 1 tool at a time. Then when I went second time, I actually picked a lot of more things that I didn't pick on the first time. And I think not just because the course has developed, it's also because the first time I was too overwhelmed. I wasn't as focusing as much. I was just very taken by the information. Second time, I tried some of the tools already. So when you're the second time, you might ignore a few things because you already know it really well, and you start to pick up on more things. 3rd times, 4th times. On number 7, I was going there, I wouldn't say at an expert level, but I was really going there, really pinpointing exactly what I want to get out of this course. There's maybe 50% of the course, confirmation, I do that, that's great. So you get some really good reassurance. It's good. And then there's some 50% where, I need to focus on this one now. And when you're doing the role playing with other dentists in the course, it becomes like a master class now, because you're just trying to master everything you have learned over the period. So repeating the course was beneficial to me. I do the same with Invisalign. I do a lot of Invisalign training, and of course I keep attending more courses. Again, some of the parts of them you reinforce what you're doing. I do that, that's great, and then you learn new tips. But I'll tell you something very interesting, and I'll give you examples with oral surgery. And the 2 examples I would use is my maxillofacial surgeon that I referred to, some wisdom teeth cases and some all-on-4 cases and zygomatic cases. And the other dentist is a really, really talented, skilled clinician in Melbourne. His name is Dr. Fenko, and he runs the all-on-4 clinic. So I'll give you this example first, the all-on-4. So when I did my all-on-4 training, probably 10 years or longer, I did his training in his practice. He used to run like a 3-day course where you observe him doing cases, and there is a lecture as well. And he's a very talented, skilled operator, to be honest. And in that course, I was very overwhelmed because I'm only focusing, how does he does his incision, where he did his alveolectomy, how he drill to do the ostotomy, which drills he's using. So I'm really focused on the techniques of the surgery, and I learned a lot. And then you go and apply a lot of things that you have learned in the course. But then I got an opportunity 3 or 4 years ago to observe him again. He was in Brisbane practicing some all-on-4 cases, and my lab was kind enough one hour to invite me to observe. And this time was completely different, and I've learned a lot of different things that I didn't catch the first time. Because this time I was a bit more calm, because I already done some all-on-4s, so I wasn't focusing as much now on the alveolectomy and suturing. This time I was actually observing himself, how he works. So I was observing his posture, how he stand up, how he holds his instruments, the way he grips his mucopreosteal elevator to retract the gums, for example, how he grips his handpieces. I was watching where he plays the trays, where he plays his nerves, where he plays the motors. So I was looking at a lot of the workflow more than the actual techniques. And I learned a lot from that second time. When I went back to my practice, I reorganized how I position my assistants, how I position my instruments, how I hold them, and that increased my efficiency massively. Another example, again, even now, if I go and observe the maxillofacial surgeon doing some cases that I'm interested in, and he's kind enough to let me kind of observe him. Again, first time I observe certain techniques he's using. Second time now, sometimes I go and just observe his body language again. And then I see a surgeon practicing differently sometimes. The way he stands, the way he manipulates the patient. Simple example, his elbows were tucked in more than tucked out. And just by changing that while doing oral surgery, it made my hand a lot more stable compared to that. And I had much less fatigue on my shoulders and my neck, especially for long procedures. Doing this kind of dentistry is very different than when you do it like that. And again, I don't recall anyone told me this at uni, but just by observing that was amazing. I haven't had the luxury of having someone more experienced than me to observe me. Like, I'm 20 years out, maybe someone with 30 years can kind of observe me, and he might give me some tools on how I position myself, but I had the luxury of inviting someone business-wise to observe me. So my point is, don't think too much about repeating a course. If you feel like repeating a course, I think you will benefit a lot. Even if you benefit from 20% of the content and the 80% just reinforces what you're doing, it's a huge benefit. Even if you're experienced, go and observe more experienced clinicians or more experienced specialists, and you will pick up on things that you haven't picked up early on or before. If you find this information helpful, make sure you like and share it to your friends and colleagues. Please subscribe to my channel so I can provide you with more content. And if you want to hear more about my videos, turn notifications on and you'll be notified when I release more videos. Thank you so much for listening to me, and it means a lot to me.